Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for another Weekend Warriors on Saturdays. We're here at On the Move, or Physical Therapy and Pilates Clinic. I am testing out my new mic and my whole entire system included, well, I'll show you guys later. But anyways, thanks again for joining us. We're going to go ahead and head on over to our mats. Alright, so go ahead and start by lying down on your back. We're going to place our hips and our knees about hip width apart, and then our arms are going to be at our side. From here, we're going to go ahead and lift these arms up and overhead, and then we're going to bring them all the way back down. So keep your lower ribs in contact with the mat as you go ahead and lift and lower. So you can inhale to raise those arms up, reach at the top. Exhale, go ahead and bring them back down. So you want to go ahead and inhale, all the way up top. Good, and then exhale. Focus on trying to separate those arm movements from the rest of your body. It's going to help you for all of that overhead, you're going to reach up, all your overhead sports. Train your core to engage when your arms are above your head. Alright, go ahead and float one leg up and then the other. We're going to start in this tabletop position. Keep those lower ribs down, your pelvis anchored heavy. We're going to go ahead and tap one leg down and then up. So exhale, and then inhale. Exhale, and inhale. Notice how your breath actually helps you get a little bit more stability. We also want to focus on breathing, especially in times like this. So we're going to tap down, exhale, and then inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Now if you want a little bit more of a challenge, let's go ahead and add in that heel slide. So you're going to go ahead and tap down and slide, or float and slide, float and slide, good, float and slide, doing great. Keep going. Alright, let's add the arms in just to make things a little bit more confusing. So we're going to tap down and up, down and up. So you can add that heel slide. Doing good. And reach. And reach. Good. And reach. Good. Alright, go ahead and put your knees and your feet together. Imagine that they are super glued together. We're going to need acetone to remove that heel. So we're going to rotate our lower body towards the side. We're going to rotate to that side, and then you're going to go ahead and rotate towards the other side. You can spread your arms out a little bit more, give you a wider base of support for that upper body. Try to keep your shoulder blades in contact with the floor as you do this. Now if you want a little bit more of a challenge for your glutes, go ahead and bring those legs up into that tabletop position. See how far you can go while still keeping that opposite shoulder blade anchored to the mat. So remember, our legs are super glued. I mean, this is like crazy super glue. It's kind of like when you're working on a craft project and then you have a little bit excess glue and then it gets on your fingers and the fingertips get stuck together. And then you're stuck until someone brings you nail polish remover. That was telling me last weekend. Now I totally understand why you can use super glue to help out with closing up some cuts if you're in an emergency situation. Alright, go ahead and keep going. Okay, now if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, go ahead and add a little bit of that leg straightening. So for me, because my hamstrings are so tight, this is a really nice hamstring stretch at that end range. Just adjust my mic. And if you want to make it even more of a challenge, go ahead and straighten those legs, and then you can go to the side and then come on back. So that's where having the arms out to your side might help you a little bit more. Alright, go ahead and fold those legs, place them about hip width apart, we're going to start with bridging. So we're going to peel our spine off of the mat, and then lift those hips up high, and go ahead and peel on back down. Going to peel on up, good, and then back down. So you're imagining each vertebrae of your spine is being either imprinted down as you're going down, or you're kind of like lifting it up, as if you're trying to create a really nice impression of almost like footsteps in the sand, but with your spine. So these really cool like little circles all in a row. Good. All right, next one, we're going to do a single leg bridge variation of this. So for this one, we're going to forget the peeling up and peeling down. We are going to just lift straight up, keeping our back neutral, and then lower down. So we're going up and down, up and down, digging that foot that's on the ground further into the ground. Really activate those glutes, the hamstrings, lower back side of your body. Okay. Now if you want, you can even put your arms out in front of you. That will narrow your basic support for your upper body and make it a little bit harder. Okay, and then we'll switch sides. All right, other leg. So pick that opposite leg up. We're gonna go ahead and lift up and down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and down. Arms up. If you want to make this harder. Okay, two more. All right, we're going to place our feet about hip width apart again. We're going to bridge up again. This time we're working on our calves. So raise those heels up high, slowly lower them down. Up high and down. So we're going to focus on that slow lowering because that's working on a little bit of that eccentric control, meaning that lengthening with the strength at the same time. Let's avoid any calf strains, Achilles tendon tears, irritation. Those super suck when it comes to like running and plyometrics and high impact activities. All right, we'll do a couple more. Okay, go ahead and roll into your sides. We're going to use our biceps as our pillow. Our hips and knees are bent. We're going to reach forward, and then we're going to rotate up towards the ceiling and then to the back wall. Rolling a really nice spiral through your back, and then go ahead and come on forward. If you can, see if you can keep your lower body heavy on the mat. What's happening for me is I'm so tight for rotation going in one direction that I am starting to peel my lower body off. There we go. Okay. Go and straighten out both those legs. You can still use your biceps as a pillow. From here, we're going to float this top leg up and then bring the bottom leg up to it. So work on that hip abduction, that inner thigh, those groin muscles. Doing great, guys. Keep going. We'll do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, switch to the other side. So we're going to start first with working a little bit on that rotation. Our hips and knees are bent. We're resting on our arm, and then we're going to reach forward, reach up towards the ceiling. Feel a really nice spin through here. Good. And then go ahead and come all the way back. Guys, you're doing great. This is a little bit of a stretch break. Some focus on some really important mobility. Keep going. Okay, one more. From here, straighten out those two legs, float that top leg up, and then lift that bottom leg to meet the top. So, and lift, and lift. Good, you're doing great, keep going. Your adductors are so awake right now. I actually find that doing this exercise helps my running. I feel way more stable after doing this particular exercise when I go and hit a run later in the day. Okay, 2 more. And last one. Okay, from here, we are going to go onto our stomachs. We're going to work on some extensions. So this is that anti-sitting, anti-computer exercise. So place your hands at your armpits. Elbows are going to be kind of like propped up in this like grasshopper-like position. Keep the back of your neck long. Lower back is also long. This is not a lower back exercise. This is intended for all up here. So from here, we're going to go ahead and peel our chest up off of the floor, keeping the lower ribs down. So notice how my lower ribs are still here, and then we're going to go ahead and press back in, okay? So we're going to go ahead and peel up, imagine your Iron Man, you're shining on battery life support straight towards the front of the room. There you go, keep going. We're going to reverse that tech neck. Two more. The last one. And done. Good. All right, let's work on that rotator cuff. Go and place your arms out into this goalpost position. We call it Scarecrow Pilates. We're going to just work on first the rotator cuff. So wrists come up, elbows are going to stay down. The wrists are going to come up, and then elbows are going to stay down. So it's just going to be the small little motion. And those little muscles back there, your infrasternum in your teres minor, are super lit right now. You're going to help compress that ball in the socket with your overhead motions, 90 degrees and above. All right, let's add in the full-on motion. So wrists come up, keep those wrists up high, elbows are going to come up. Then you're going to lift that chest up, just like we practiced in our last exercise. Chest comes down, elbows, and then wrists. So it's wrist, elbows, chest, chest, elbows, wrist. Wrist, elbows, chest, chest, elbows, wrist. 2 more, wrist, elbows, chest, chest, elbows, wrist. All right, good job, guys. We're going to press back into child's pose. Get a really nice little stretch in the opposite direction after doing all of that extension. All right, now we're going to all fours. So, go ahead and place. Very good, everything all tucked in. Go ahead and place your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Alright, then go ahead and sag so you can feel that. And then go ahead and press yourself away or unsag. This is going to activate everything as far as the shoulder blades onto your core is going to turn on. And now we can go ahead and slide our fingers and our toes as far away from our body as we can. See if you can float the legs up without having any movement of your body. So we're going to bring those 2 limbs back. Go ahead and float the other 2 and up. Good. And then go ahead and come on all the way back. Okay, notice how this may feel a little bit different than just doing like that motion. There's like no intention with that motion. So we're stretching and lengthening as we're lifting. So you can feel everything engage, contract, and tighten. Alright, from here, see if you can press yourself away from the mat, tap one shoulder, and then the other. So if this were a bank robbery, we are not letting those robbers know that we're moving our body. I don't know why we would ever want to be doing an exercise when you're at a bank robbery, but I think that image usually works really, really well. It's funny how when your life this person until this record turns on. So we're going to press away as we're doing this and trying to stay as stable as we possibly can. Alright, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, go ahead and bring those feet out. You can place the feet a little bit wider, and then go ahead and try to do the same steps. Alright, from here, we are going to press into a downward dog or an inverted V. Just going to make sure my shirt's tucked in with this. Okay, so we're going to press into an inverted V. You can walk your feet back so that they're underneath your, or in the same alignment as your hips. And then go ahead and pull yourself back into a plank. Push yourself away as if you're trying to create a mountain butt. And then go ahead and pull yourself back. Okay, so we're going to push away, create that nice mountain butt. The only time that that's ever okay in fitness classes. And then come back down. So we're going to push, good, and then pull, good, push, good, and then pull. Alright, spiral onto your side. Have your legs stacked so that one foot's in front of the other. Reach up towards the ceiling, and from here, we're going to go in and dive under. So this is going to be the thread the needle variation of the side point. If you want to be a little extra with it, you can go ahead and go from here and then press up into a little bit of that inverted V as you reach. So we're going to go ahead and press up with our butt and reach. Good. Alright, switch sides. Alright, starting in the plank, flipping over, and then diving through. So we're threading that needle. This is a great exercise for all of the throwers out there. Working on that shoulder blade stability on one arm while the rest of your body is rotating. So awesome. Alright, making it a little bit harder. Dive, and up, and dive, and up, and dive, and up. One more, and dive, and up. Good job. Alright, we're going to start here with our lower leg. Again, it parallel to the front mat. The other one is parallel to the other side. So we're going to go ahead and work on that side bend, that reach. Feel that length. Keep going. Alright, switch sides. So without using your hands, see if you can switch over. Try to set up that same alignment. We're going to go ahead and reach. Good job. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and place those feet so they're about hip width or a little bit wider than hip width apart. I'm going to start with our arms out here. We're going to saw off that leg and then come back up, saw off the other leg. Okay. So, like this, because it works on my hamstring flexibility, my rotation at the same time, and a little bit of flexion when you're finishing or following through throwing the ball. Okay. All right, let's get up to kneeling. We're going to start kneeling like we're zombies. Arms are out in front of you. And from here, try to keep your pelvis and your ribcage on alignment. Think about being tall. We're going to reach forward and we're going to lean back. And then forward. And lean back. And forward. And lean back. And forward. Alright, two more. And we'll be up and standing in just a moment. Alright, so let's go ahead and stand. We're going to work on a balance exercise. So from here, you're going to stand on your leg. So I'm doing my left leg. See if you can keep the opposite leg in a bent position. So knee bent, hip bent. Almost look like I'm taking a freeze frame of running on the beach. And then you're going to go and reach back and forward. Now the goal here is to see if you can maintain your balance and also keep the alignment of the hip, knee, and foot of the standing leg. I'm also trying to see if I can keep that leg that's moving through space going in that same kind of like plane or two panes of glass. So if you can do this is kind of the epitome of movement efficiency. Imagine if you could sprint like this, nothing gets lost to any kind of cross motion. You're not having your knees knock in at all. Everything's intended to go straight forward towards the finish line. Switch legs. Two more. Okay, we're going to do some side lunges. So from here, I'm going to take a step to the side, come back up, and then go to the other side. And then up. Good. Keep going. And see if you can sit back into it. Try to keep that knee that's bending behind your toes. Good. Alright, we're going to finish up with an exercise I actually did yesterday for when we were shooting our Pilates for basketball. These are the lateral leaps. We've done these before. So you're going to start with one leg, single leg squat position. I'm going to try jumping to the opposite side, landing it, just like on that side. So you're going to jump and jump. Oops. So you may notice that anytime I go to my left, I'm having a little bit of an issue with like instability. So that's a direction that I'm definitely going to continue working on, so that doesn't become a problem area when you do any sports, as far as like taking off, cutting, pivoting, and all that kind of stuff. All right, we got a few more. All right, great job, guys. Thank you again for joining me on this Weekend Warrior. Any feedback would be great on this whole new audio setup, but I look forward to seeing you guys in the future, and have a great weekend. All right, bye.